I am Reverend Kate Fronta of Healing Works, Inc., and I welcome your presence today. Today we're going to talk about liberation, because we're all pretty much confined to our homes. Maybe some of us can take that walk outside once a day or so for exercise, but for the most part, we're stuck at home with our families and nobody else. So liberation is a good thing to embrace because we certainly don't feel liberated right now. But we really are. Think of it this way. Let's shift your perspective. Just the way politicians spin to get their message across, let's spin our perspective and embrace this theme of liberation. What does liberation mean to you? For me, it's celebratory and it embraces, there's an aspect of freedom to it. We liberate slaves or falsely imprisoned. We liberate from oppression. After a Thanksgiving meal, we liberate our waistlines after our guests have left. Liberation is a festive or celebratory sentiment. Not much feels very festive right now. So how do we shift our perspective? Well, look around you. If you are hooked up to see me, you have technology, and that means you are seeing all of the stories of generosity and kindness. You are seeing all of the art and the humor that is out there. That is genius. It's brilliant. So let's take advantage of that. Let's start with kindness. This one family owns a restaurant near a hospital, and as you know, restaurants are really struggling right now because they can't be open except for takeout and delivery. And that is just not cutting it. So this one family-owned restaurant, they decided, well, we might as well just make a bunch of pizzas, which they did, and they donated all of them to the local hospital for all of the workers. Now, I think that's transcending anxiety and fear about losing their business, and they liberated kindness and generosity. So that is a beautiful lesson for all of us. In addition, you have these social media outlets where humor is everywhere. And it's some of the most funny, poignant humor that you will ever find. Some of the best humor comes out of the more trying times of humanity. And some of it's dark, some of it's light and airy, some of it is flashback humor back to when there was toilet paper on the market shelves and we could get Purell when we went to the store. All of this is out there to just lighten your day. Liberate that inner comedian in yourself and see what's funny. Shift your perspective a little bit. We also have art. Have you seen the symphonies that are being posted online where each individual musician is in their own home? They're all separate and they play their part of the symphony, and yet it all comes together flawlessly. I don't know how they do it, but the art and the musicality, how do you conduct that many musicians who are, none of them are in the same room as you are? How do you do that? It's genius. So that inner genius and creative artist in these people is just being liberated, and I think it's wonderful that we all get to enjoy that. So these are the things I am trying to embrace. One more person you can liberate while you are stuck at home is your inner introvert. Introverts who have long suffered with pejorative labels are now the people we need the most. These are the people from whom we need to learn. Introverts are comfortable with themselves. They're comfortable with the simple pleasures of staying in and staying at home. Please, introverts, post what you are doing to help those who are not introverts access some of those skills while they are at home during this time. Now the introverts are also going to be some of our greatest resources. Finally, when I do feel like tired or that I don't know what I'm going to do with my 8-year-old who I have to homeschool, and I don't have the skills to do that. I'm relying very heavily on their teachers, and it's all very questionable how well I'm teaching him, and I start to question things. Then I think, one day we will emerge from this cocoon. We are all in together, and that will truly feel like liberation when we can have coffee together with a friend, and when we can embrace another family member with whom we do not currently live. That will feel like true liberation. So join me, embrace liberation as best you can during these times, and I thank you so much for listening. This is Reverend Kate Fronta of Healing Works, Inc. Many, many blessings.